Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Flora Growth's channel. We're sitting here once again with Luis. Now, Luis, on the previous video, we did a great job of walking through your past, how you got involved, and your motivations really as a businessman. But today, we want to go deeper into the business itself. How are you, and are you ready to get into it?
Yes, Michael, thank you for having me. Super excited to be here again.
Perfect. Glad to hear it. So first and foremost, imagine I'm a potential investor. I'm interested, but I'm not super familiar with the industry. How would you describe Flora Growth to me?
Well, Michael, clearly cannabis is a generational opportunity. It's one of those industries that presents itself once in a lifetime, and Flora is a company that is poised to take advantage of the entire global cannabis marketplace, not only by growing one of the lowest production cost cannabis in the industry at 6 cents per gram of dry flower, but also with a portfolio of products and brands that are going to disrupt the entire industry globally.
Interesting. Yeah. So you did some big stuff there. Obviously, if you're trying to aim for the entire world, that's a humongous market. So talk to me then. So you got this low cost, which is great. How does that translate into paths to revenue? So tell me some of your guys' supply chains or how you plan on working this out.
Yeah, we are by all means a hyper growth company, Michael, and that means that our revenue trajectory is exponential. Last year was the first revenue generating year, and we delivered 8 figures in revenue on just our first year. We're looking to do 3 to 4.5 times that on our second year of revenues, and we expect that trajectory to grow. And the way we have been able to accomplish this is by implementing a diversified strategy. And the reason why that is so important in cannabis is because the barriers of entry across multiple product categories are different. So if you want to play in the United States, or if you want to play in Europe, or if you want to play in Latin America, you have to have the categories of products that are allowed in those markets in order to experience meaningful revenue growth.
That makes sense. So you have to have a lot of flexibility based on the markets and the regulations in that area, and also what the people want in those areas as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Michael, that's correct. And in fact, that's one of our tenets of our competitive advantage. At Flora, we already count with a consumer base of almost 500,000 customers. And those customers are talking on a daily basis with us, are letting us know what are the products that are resonating with them. They're also letting us know what are the products that are not in the market yet that we could develop and innovate and put out there to the market. So that relationship is helping us dramatically accelerate our revenue and our path to profitability.
Perfect. Now we've talked about how you guys are breaking the mold here a little bit, but is there any publicly traded companies, for instance, you could compare to just to help people kind of classify you in their mind at this point? Or is there no one really comparable?
No, like, look, when you look at cannabis companies, there's a little bit of everything out there. There's some MSOs that are listed in the OTC market. There's some cannabis companies out of Canada that are only listed in the Canadian exchanges. Flora presents the best of all the major elements of the cannabis industry because we are not a plant touching company inside the United States, and we don't deal with psychoactive components inside the United States. We're able to be listed in NASDAQ under the ticker FLGC. So that means that we have access to a diverse investor base, but we're also working on the psychoactive space on an international level. That means that we can take advantage of the psychoactive component of the flower, which is a very profitable portion of the business today. And also we're working on a product portfolio of brands and products in the CPG space, which allows us to expand our distribution inside the United States, across Latin America, and into Europe. So all of those components make us a very different investor proposition.
Yeah, you guys are very well poised with the position you're in here. Having access to a lot of the things. I don't know if people are aware, but again, like cannabis companies who have psychoactive stuff in the United States face a lot more regulations and a lot more brick walls. So it's interesting the way you guys have things worked out. So I guess last but not least, we're 3 months into 2022 already. Time flies. But how has 2022 went so far for you guys? Is there any key catalysts people should be looking out for this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think there's several announcements that have been made over the last couple of months, Michael, and we're just in the month of March. But the first one that is meaningful to highlight is Resolution 227 out of Colombia, which effectively allows Colombian operators, which we have a big part of our infrastructure down there, to export dry flower, to manufacture food and beverage products, produce them, distribute them inside Colombia and export them, and also to manufacture dietary supplements. So that was a big change, and Flora is at the forefront of all that change in Colombia. And the second one was the acquisition of Just CBD. Just CBD is a leading producer of edibles in the United States, over $28 million in revenue in 2020, audited, with over $7 million in EBITDA. So clearly a market leader with a high level of profitability. That company now is a part of the Flora family, and we're going to be able to amplify their impact, amplify their revenues and their reach globally.
Perfect. Well, Louise, I feel like you did a great job of giving people a solid outline of what it is you guys do. But I do implore people, if you guys have any questions about any of the more specifics or intricacies of the business, don't be afraid to send a question over to us and we'll happily dive into it further. But for now, Louise, thank you for your time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Stay tuned for more coming soon. And Louise, have a wonderful day.
You too, Michael. It's good to see you.